what's going on, man? It's your boy OG Chambino holding it down like £1,000,000, man. And the game I got to offer is, hey, man, do man make the shoes or do the shoes make the man? It must be the shoes. Just do it. Now, I'm just playing, man. My title for this one right here, man, is a nigga in his shoes. You know, if you ever seen the Boondocks, man, with the legendary Boondocks with the guy Stink Mean on there, it goes back and, they talk about nigga moments on there. And, they talk about one of the biggest nigga moments that you can have is stepping on another black man's shoes. You know what I mean? We seen this in Do the Right Thing. We seen this, with the Jordan 4s, you feel me? And Do the Right Thing. We seen how, Spike Lee is tied to the shoe game and what Michael Jordan and Spike Lee bought to the shoe game, man. And it's very, relevant in what's going on today with Kyrie losing his Nike deal, you know what I mean? Kanye West losing his Adidas deal, and what Nikes, Adidas, what all of these big time shoe companies, mostly Nikes and Adidas, some of the people they've had on their brands, starting with Nike. Kanye has been both at Nike and Adidas. Kobe Bryant had been at Nike and Adidas. Tim Duncan had been to Nike and Adidas. Some of the greats. Jordan wanted a Adidas endorsement before he got with Nike. So it gets very deep, man, when you get into this stuff with these shoes. And can the nigga be separated? Can the black man be separated from the shoes? Will black people stop wearing Nike now that they have made their move with the Kyrie Irving anti-Semitic stuff? Nike also had Colin Kaepernick, when they was just getting ready to cut him, and they doubled up and read up on Colin Kaepernick and cut him a check, and those Colin Kaepernicks in that black and white Kaepernick jersey. So like, I don't know, like 2.5 billion in a matter of a weekend, in a matter of days, and they were showing, I was just reading about how Kanye really, like, he really was a lot of the revenue stream for Adidas, you know what I mean? And I've heard some stuff about Adidas, man. I heard that it's funny, you know what I mean? The correlation, the way the dots are connected, the correlation between Adidas, the German Nazis, you know what I mean, and Kanye with this anti-Semitic stuff. It's like, I seen Dave Chappelle had the joke on Saturday Night Live saying even Nazis created Adidas, you know what I mean? Even they was like, oh, that's too deep, Kanye, you went too deep. you know. Dave Chappelle is a comedic genius. But anyway, them being created by Adi Dassler and all this stuff about the World War and Jesse Owens wearing, was it Adidas? I think it was Adidas. Jesse Owens wearing Adidas, making them a hot brand at the time. Everybody was known for running and the new running boom. And then, you work your way up to the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. The running, the track boom, that was going on at the time. The aerobics and the fitness boom that came in at the time. And then you got Sonny Vaccaro coming in the early 80s. You got Michael Jordan coming in and changing Nike forever. Well, what makes these brands so successful? Let's just be real. Is it the white guys behind the brand? I never seen nobody wearing a pair of Phil Knights. I see them wearing Jordans. Jordans are a part of our cultural identity. Nike is a part of our cultural identity. It's everybody's, go-to brand. Even myself, you know what I mean? To get rid of everything that I got Nike, I wouldn't have nothing to wear. You know what I mean? Because that's who I rock with. And it's funny, like, when you think about it, who really made these brands? Who shot them to the top? It was the athletes and their performance, the black athletes and their performance. From Jordan to Penny to Bo Jackson to KG to Dion to all these people that we love, it was their deals, You know, it was them. It was the Nike came with the deal for them because Jordan was the biggest at the time. You know, even we go to Reebok. Reebok came with the deal with Shaq, Allen Iverson. They came with these deals because these black guys were the biggest at the time. They know they can get the biggest athlete in the game and sign him to wear these shoes, and therefore all the youth will want to wear these shoes because your shoes are equated with success. And where does the success come from? Does it come from the shoe, or does it come from the black athlete that's going out there dunking the ball, got the style with the ball, shooting the ball, winning championships, throwing the football? The swag that Jordan had on the court had so much. Jordan built Nike. You know what I mean? With the help of Sonny Vaccaro. But it's a good documentary right there. It's got to be the shoes, you know. Nah, that ain't got to be the shoes. It's a man in his shoes or something like that. It's a documentary out on Sonny Vaccaro. I think it's on like ESPN Plus. And it's talking about how, you know, he went from Nikes to Adidas. And you see these brands have been competing. These brands have been competing for like 50 years, going back and forth about who's going to be the top sports apparel brand. And Nike, of course, got that on lock, but Adidas, talking about they a lifestyle brand, and that's what it's become. Nike has become a lifestyle. Adidas has become a lifestyle. You know, even if you go back to Adidas really being hot, they may have been hot in the track world, the tennis world, something like that. But until them young three black brothers, Jam Master Jay, you know, Run, and DMC, you know what I mean, came together, and with my Adidas, we blew that company up. You know what I mean? You know, Nelly with the Nike song, blew. I mean, the Nike was already selling plenty of Air Force Ones, but I'm just saying how a black person, to get to the culture of the young people who spend the most frivolously, is the young black demographic. And the young black demographic, you know, you can't tell a nigga away from his J's. You can't tell a nigga away from his shoes. We see this going all the way back in the 80s with Do the Right Thing. You step on his shoe, you know, that's where the niggas moments are created. So can we separate a nigga from his shoes? Can you give up Jordans? Can you give up Nikes? Can you wear, you know, you would get clown for wearing a pair of Shaqs. You get clown for wearing a pair of Stephon Marbury's, the guy who made their stuff more affordable. You know what I mean? That kind of broke the system down. But just look into it, man, and just think about it, man. The players that these companies that had, T-Mac, James Harden, all the companies. Odell Beckham is suing Nike right now. And to take it deeper, man, the Kobe ending the contract, you know, right before he passed, ending the contract with Nike, and his wife saying they would not go on. It's some deep stuff to look into, man. What's really going on with these shoe companies, man? Because, you know, it gets deep, man. Especially when, you know, we know that all these shoes are made in China for, you know, 20 bones, you know, and they resell them to us. It's like, can you separate a nigga from his shoes? You know, they very smart with what they do. Even with Adidas endorsing, getting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to endorse them in the 80s, getting the best player at the time to wear your shoes. And in that order, people automatically think they equate success with the shoe. So can you separate a nigga from his shoes? You know what I mean? We got Kicks magazines, we got StockX, we got Flight Club, we got Sneakerheads, we got all of this shoe culture going on, built by black people, started up by black people, but monetized by white people, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Shout out to my boy Kyrie, holding it down like £1,000,000.